In the shadowy recesses of history, where forgotten whispers linger, the tragic tale of Catherine Howard unfurls like a crimson rose, its petals bruised by the cruel hand of fate. A queen whose heart beat with reckless abandon. Her love became the very flame that consumed her, leaving naught but ashes and sorrow in its wake. Catherine Howard, facilitated by her uncle, the Duke of Norfolk, secured a position in the household of Anne of Cleves, King Henry VIII's fourth wife. As a charming lady-in-waiting, Catherine attracted attention from several men, including the king and Thomas Culpeper. Initially, the king's interest in Catherine seemed superficial, limited to public flirtation. However, as his disinterest in Anne of Cleves grew, an opportunity for Catherine to rise to prominence began to emerge. As King Henry VIII's fascination with Catherine deepened, the influence of the House of Norfolk expanded in tandem. Her youthful charm, beauty, and lively spirit captivated the middle-aged monarch, who professed to have never encountered a woman like her. Within mere months of her arrival at court, Henry lavished Catherine with lavish gifts, including land grants and sumptuous fabrics, testament to his ardent admiration. King Henry VIII and Catherine Howard tied the knot on July 28, 1540, at Oatlands Palace, with Edmund Bonner, the Bishop of London, officiating the ceremony. This was the same day Thomas Cromwell, Henry's former advisor, was executed. Catherine, a teenager at the time, was 30 years younger than the 49-year-old king. Catherine's motto, "No other will but his," reflects her willingness to submit to Henry's desires. The marriage was publicly announced on August 8, 1540, and prayers were said at the Chapel Royal in Hampton Court Palace. Henry was completely enamored with Catherine, indulging her every whim due to her charming and capricious nature. This marked a significant change from his previous marriage to Anne of Cleves, which had been annulled just days before his marriage to Catherine. Catherine Howard, young and carefree, refrained from state affairs, instead focusing on her royal duties. Each night, Sir Thomas Heneage, groom of the stool, briefed her on the king's well-being. Though a coronation was never planned, Catherine travelled the Thames, receiving a gun salute and acclaim. She resided at Baynard Castle, surrounded by lavish French attire and precious jewels. Catherine Howard had limited interaction with her stepchildren, Mary, Elizabeth, and Edward. Her relationship with Mary was tense due to their age difference and Mary's disrespect, but improved after Catherine punished 2 of Mary's maids. In contrast, Catherine's bond with Elizabeth was warm, and she gifted the young girl jewels, while also earning Prince Edward's favour. Catherine Howard, the young and vivacious queen, initially conformed to the traditional expectations of a royal consort. In 1541, at Greenwich, she successfully pleaded with her husband, King Henry VI, to pardon several prisoners, and later intervened on behalf of others, promoting her family's interests. However, Catherine's behaviour soon deviated from the expected norms of a Tudor queen and wife. Her past as a non-virginal bride became increasingly evident, much to Henry's dismay. The arrival of her former lover, Francis Derham, at court only added to the tension. Derham's boasts about Catherine's favour and his demands for office left her aghast and vulnerable to scandal. Around the same time as Francis Derham's return, Catherine Howard began receiving favour requests from Thomas Culpeper, a gentleman of the king's privy chamber and her distant relative. Culpeper, described as a beautiful youth, had a dark history, with allegations of rape and murder. yet remained unpunished due to his connections with the king. In the spring of 1541, shortly before King Henry VIII's 50th birthday, Catherine Howard embarked on a clandestine and adulterous affair with Thomas Culpeper. That same summer, Catherine penned a fateful letter to Thomas Culpeper, declaring, "It makes my heart die to think I cannot be always in your company." She sealed her devotion with the poignant signature, "Yours, as long as life endures." In October 1541, Archbishop Thomas Cranmer received disturbing information about Catherine Howard's premarital relationships from a former member of her childhood household. Bearing the weight of this revelation, Cranmer delicately informed King Henry VIII by leaving a written account in the chapel at Hampton Court Palace. Initially, King Henry VIII refused to believe the accusations. However, a swift investigation revealed the truth, exposing even more damning evidence. Jane Boleyn, Lady Rochford, a trusted lady-in-waiting to the Queen, cracked under interrogation, confessing to having arranged secret trysts between Catherine and Thomas Culpeper. On November 8th, Catherine Howard confessed to her past, revealing intimate relationships with Francis Derham, Henry Manox, and Thomas Culpeper. Archbishop Cranmer reported her testimony to King Henry VIII, describing Catherine as consumed by lamentation and heaviness. The revelation devastated Henry, plunging him into a profound depression that lingered until his death. Catherine was stripped of her title on November 23, 1541, and imprisoned in Sion Abbey. She returned the ring given by the king, symbolizing her lost status. On February 7, 1542, a bill of attainder was passed, making Catherine Howard guilty of treason for not disclosing her sexual history to the king before their marriage. This measure eliminated the need for a formal trial. On February 10, 1542, Catherine Howard was forcibly taken to the Tower of London, passing under London Bridge, where the heads of her lovers, Culpeper and Derham, were displayed. After the bill of attainder received royal assent the next day, her execution was set for February 13th, 1542, with arrangements overseen by Sir John Gage, Constable of the Tower. On the Tower's scaffold, a frail Catherine Howard acknowledged her sentence was justified. Summoning her last bit of strength, she accepted her fate before the axe fell, ending her life at the tender age of 18. Catherine Howard was buried in the chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula at the Tower of London, alongside her cousin Anne Boleyn and Lady Rochford, who were also executed. Thanks for watching Cryptic Chronicles. If you enjoyed this video about the tragic tale of Catherine Howard, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical content. Join me next time as we explore more fascinating stories from the past.